Welcome back, everybody. We're going to explore Kilika Island this time, and also talk about the origin of this game, Final Fantasy X. So, go! This is one of the games where I couldn't find the introduction statement. And the tagline is only, "The world lies on the brink of destruction. Only a select few may be able to save it," which is like the most vaguest vagary in the world. Like, what Final Fantasy could not be described at that? Right? I mean, that's every Final Fantasy game, is that the world lies on the brink of destruction and only a select few may be able to save it.
Well, it's definitely awesome. It will be.
All the Final Fantasies, right?
Keep this
So,
up and someone will beat us to it.
that's
Sorry.
not that exciting.
Sorry. Hey, wait up.
But Final Fantasy X is actually quite exciting. So here's my summary. In the world of Spira is a blitzball player who gets sucked into another world only to describe it's 1,000 years in the future. Can he find his way back, or will sin destroy him? Dun dun dun. Something like that. I just came up with that off the top of my head, so if you like it, hit the subscribe button, I guess. Anyway, to me, fantastic game. Fantastic story, great combat system, good characters, pretty intuitive way to upgrade your character stats. So, all around, I think it's probably the best introduction to the Final Fantasy series. If only because it's not too hard. And again, it's very,
Who's that?
I don't know, engaging, I guess, is the way to describe it. Just, there's a little something for everyone. I mean, that's like, again, most Final Fantasy games, but Nude!
Maven of
The
the
nude.
Youth League, right?
So, when you're playing through Final Fantasy X, which many of you probably have done
friends.
before,
An important sphere is hidden in Kilika Temple.
the
A sphere
favorite
documenting the true history of Sphere.
playable character to
We
me
are here
is
today to
really a
demand
cut
that
between
New Yevon
Auron
make
and
the
Lulu.
contents of that sphere public.
So,
Yet, as always,
as
the
usual,
voice-seeking truth goes
just-
ignored. My friends, I ask you, why?
really am
Because New
stuck
Yevon wants to
on
hide the
this.
truth, just as the temples did before them.
And
I tell you
there are
now,
just
this has
pluses
gone
for
on
each.
long enough.
So
My
Auron
friends, stand with me, and together we
is
will bring
definitely
truth
the
back
guy
the
to
people.
go to when it comes to actual mechanics of play. You want Auron in your party. He's going to be able to win it.
But
Lulu, I
let's not
find...
overdo it. Our opponents aren't as young as they used to be.
Well, I find her
exactly
magic
what
is
I'd
not
expect.
kind of as strong
Hey, that's our sphere.
as I expected. Like, I expect Lulu to be much more badass in battle than she
So what
actually
now?
is.
Call it quits.
Last time I played
Don't know
through
about
it,
you, but I could use an awesome sphere.
I don't know why, but
Okay.
I
They
just
can't
didn't find her
decide
that
who belongs to.
useful.
I say we make it our own.
I didn't actually use her that much.
Right? Right.
But when it comes to character, Lulu probably wins. And that's still really a hard choice because Auron has gone through so much. And you know, you can see his struggle a lot, but he's also a little bit of a brat. He also kind of manipulates you.
Secrets? What's
this about?
Whoops.
Don't play dumb. We know you're guarding something.
But he's wonderful and sarcastic and everything I
We're gonna
love.
guard our families
Lulu
from
is also
trouble like
wonderful
you.
and sarcastic.
What'd you
But
say?
she's kind of at the beginning part of the
I
process.
think
And
it's time
she's
you
lost
left.
2 summoners. She's lost her parents. She is really struggling to be in control and also come to terms simply with who she is and what she's able to do as she guides Yuna on this really terrible path. So I love it. Just loved everything about it. So I'm going to, I think, ultimately go with Lulu. But it's a tough call. And most of them are pretty likable. I definitely have my favorites and my least favorites. Riku, Waka. But everyone else is pretty solid. So, it's enjoyable. And it's not like Riku and Waka don't have their points. I just have no particular interest in them whatsoever. For favorite NPC? Oh, this is hard. What's the Crusader's name? Who's really cute. That's not useful at all. Oh, apparently we can't go this way. Anyway, and then there's all the other summoners, like Isaru, who was way cooler in the first one than he was in this one. There's the Maesters. There's Jack. Oh my goodness. I probably should have chosen Jack or Braska. Jack is so great. He's such a jerk. But I love him anyway. Does that mean I can't go this way? Or that I can't? Oh, definitely can't. Alright, we need to take the little hidden route. So I probably should have chosen Jax. I don't know why I forgot Jax. That's a ridiculous thing to forget in Final Fantasy X. Because he is so important, especially to the opening scene. I remember when my brother and I were playing, we had the same reaction. Because you see his billboard at Xanarkand at the beginning of the game, and you don't know really who he is. You're kind of just starting to piece it together. But both my brother and I are like, is that Axl Rose? Is that Neo Jesus? Like, who is that guy? So that's what I always think of when I think of Jax. He's really great. I mean, he's terrible. Obviously, from a certain point of view, like, he's very abusive to his son, it's true. But he learns so much on his pilgrimage, and he kind of carries that weight, by the end. And that's kind of what I look at, and that's what I kind of care about, if that makes sense.
Always at your service.
You know, if he were just the Jax that you see in Tidus's flashbacks, then I wouldn't care about him. But the Jax that we see developed and recognizes mistakes, that Jax I really like. Because there's always time for forgiveness and to repent. So, that's a big thing for me. Uh-oh. So, when I forgot about Jack, though, I did name another person as the NPC, and that was Meichen. Not everybody's #1 choice, admittedly. I recognize that fully. But I have two reasons for really liking him. And they're both extraordinarily nerdy. First of all, I really like him because he's a historian. And I like historians a lot. Right? I like
Piece of cake.
learning history. I like studying the different lore of places. So Meccan's really your view into that. Second reason why I love him is something I've mentioned in a previous video. Macon's voice actor is Dwight Schultz. Dwight Schultz played Howling Mad Murdoch in the original A-Team TV show. I love the original A-Team TV show. Just a little peek. So yeah, I really love the A-Team. The show from the 80s, I think, is one of the I think it's just one of the greatest TV shows, frankly. There's nothing not to like about it. Except for maybe the last season. But other than the last season, there's nothing not to like about the original A-Team TV show. It's super great. So I recommend that. I recommend everything about Dwight Schultz. And I recommend highly that you play Final Fantasy X. Such a great Final Fantasy game. As far as favorite edition, that is, as I've mentioned, it's getting hard to come up with this, and harder as we go. And what I decided for... Oh, that's not working. What I decided for 10 was...
We've got bigger fish to fry.
Actually the addition to the save point. Because if you come here, when you hit the save point, it heals you and restores your MP. And oh my goodness, that is so useful. It spoils you for everything else. So that's my favorite addition to 10. I could keep talking about 10 for ages, all the characters, all their motivations, more of the NPCs. But I'm going to stop it here. It's obviously, we're at a save point. It's a good place to stop. So next time, we'll talk about Final Fantasy XII, which is getting a huge remake very, very soon, and I am very, very excited. If you're excited, leave a message, leave a comment. If you like this video, subscribe, share it, and come back next time for more Final Fantasy. Until then, Interceptor out.